Hi, everybody. I'm Bryan Mudd, a fan of South Plains politics. Here's your talking points for this week. Years of work, years of political posturing, years of fundraising, one day to celebrate the start of something big for Texas Tech in Amarillo. And what about changes in federal and state gun sale laws? Some hate the idea. Some think it should have happened a long time ago. But all sides now seem to be listening to voters.
From the studios of KMAC Television in Lubbock, your local election headquarters. This is Talking Points with Bryan Mudd.
Thanks for joining us, everybody. Also this week, the never-ending story. Most of us have jobs with tasks that have a beginning, a middle, and an end. You plan, you work toward a conclusion, you finish the job. But with most elected officials, the work is so multi-layered that with so many people to make happy, those jobs never reach much of an ending. With Lubbock County leadership, it's the budget season that's been pushed back, and at the same time, it's the search for a new medical examiner, which has been a continuing problem in Lubbock County. And now another deadline as controversial NAG Pathology's contract ends at the end of this month. Our Leah Doherty now with an update on what's next.
We all kind of have a little bit of bad taste. I mean, this has really kind of dominated a lot of what we do here.
After lawsuits, accusations of body snatching, and tears.
These are monsters. Who are these people?
NAG Pathology has chosen to leave Lubbock after a year.
There was a lot of controversy. Obviously, our district attorney was having issues in some of the cases that she was working on. No, it was not surprising at all. And I think that was a good decision made by them and by us to go a different route as of October 1st.
Judge Parrish says until someone new is hired, the ME's office will remain open and will get help from Tarrant County and visiting pathologists to perform autopsies.
I don't know if this is a long-term plan. It's certainly going to meet the needs of Lubbock County today. We will be examining whether or not this is going to be good for Lubbock County in the long term.
Judge Parrish says moving forward, he wants an ME that can connect with the community.
I think the one thing that I need is somebody that can be a strong administrator, one. But second, also to be almost the face of medical examining services, that there is a need for the public to feel confident in the medical examiner.
All right, Leah, thank you so much. And Judge Parrish is good enough to sit in with us for a few more questions here. Are we still talking about a physician to work as an interim administrator here, or is this someone you may be looking now to keep on past an interim basis?
Well, what we're looking at, Bryan, right now is this is not only a short-term fix, but it could very well be our long-term fix. Going forward, now we will be certainly keeping up with everything that's happening in the ME's office. We'll kind of keep a tighter oversight of that. But ideally what we need is really a strong administrator, someone who can really be the face and the voice for our medical examining services. So that's kind of our first priority, is to kind of get that ship righted, get a strong administrator in place, and then review the cost, review everything as we go. And this could very well be our long-term solution for Lubbock County Medical Examining Services.
And you mentioned the problems that NAG had affected some cases with the district attorney's office. Is there's still a case backlog there as well? How's that going to be handled in the next few weeks?
Well, we're going to certainly handle those backlog cases. NAG and Sam Andrews are in the process of kind of shutting down. Obviously, you just don't drop your scalpels and walk away. Right. So we're going to need them to kind of make sure that they're leaving and not just leaving us a mess. So we will be working with them in making sure that everything is left appropriately for the next administration.
Nice. All right, so we'll watch for that in the weeks to come here. The Commissioners' Court meeting later this week to finish what you started with the taxation part of the budget. Commissioner C was on last week, and we kind of want your side of all this as well. Did you have any idea that they were going to pull the no-show, no-vote move before it happened?
No, as a matter of fact, I had no heads up whatsoever. I've read the law. I know what the law states, that we have to have at least 4 members of the court present in order to at least consider a tax levy. But that morning, we were all getting ready and getting up to the 5th floor. They were in the building prior to the meeting. And as it started getting closer to 10 o'clock, there was no Commissioner Corley, no Commissioner C. And so I started asking around, you know, are they stuck in an elevator? Has something happened? Do we need to just wait a little bit until they get here? Right. Kind of waited a little bit, and somebody said they're not coming. And so once we found that out, then we knew we could proceed with our agenda with 3 on the court. We just could not take up and consider the tax rate.
We'll consider this sort of an addendum to the op-ed that you wrote in the AJ that's out today. Okay, going off what he said, were you and others going to add any amendments that would have changed the tax rate off of the effective rate?
No, sir. In fact, the agreement that we had come to even a week prior to that was to pass a budget and to get a budget to a place where we could not only serve and meet the needs for the people of Lubbock County, but also to lower the effective tax rate, put a lot of work in. We had made a decision, this was back in the early part of August, to adopt the current tax rate. But with the understanding that if we get into this budget process and if we start looking at places where we can cut, where we can move money and still meet the needs of the people of Lubbock County and lower the effective tax rate, that was a win-win situation. We came to that on our last day of our budget workshops. We got to that point. And that was a week prior to me posting the fact in our posted agenda was not only passing the budget with the amendments that lowered it to the effective tax rate, but also to pass the effective tax rate as an agenda item. And that was posted 72 hours prior to our meeting.
You said something at the time about the political climate and everything playing a part of this. Do you think this was more politically motivated on their part more than it was citizen taxation motivated?
Well, I think it was, and you'll have to certainly ask them what their motivations were, but from my perspective, this had to be politically motivated simply because we had all agreed to adopt the effective tax rate prior to the meeting on Monday. And so because we could not do that, we were still able to pass the budget. We were still able to take care of the county business. We were just not able to levy that tax. Now, tomorrow, on Monday, we will meet again. It is the same agenda item as we had 2 weeks ago to adopt the effective tax rate. I'm very hopeful that all of the commissioners will be present, and then we can take care of the business of Lubbock County.
Just a couple seconds left. Are you comfortable moving forward with the working relationship with everyone you have up there right now? I
am, and I think if the issues were communication, then we need to work harder with that to be able to understand at least where each and every commissioner is, what their goals are, what their duties are as well, and so that we can have that communication. You know, though, in a body like the Commissioners Court, where you just have 5 members, only 2 can talk at a time. And so sometimes it's hard for us all to get together, but I'll tell you, whenever we do have either work sessions or executive sessions, I do believe that we can and will communicate. We will make sure now going forward what everybody's expectations are, not only of themselves, but for the rest of the Commissioners Court. We will make sure of that.
County Judge Curtis Parrish, thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate it so much. Thank you.
Let's do this week's poll question. We've been going hard and heavy with gun rights issues because that's all the talk lately. Here's another one. Would you support a mandatory program in which the government requires owners of assault-style weapons to turn in those weapons in exchange for money? It's what Beto O'Rourke proposed in the presidential candidate debate in Houston. Talk to us on our KMAC News Facebook page and on everythinglubbock.com. Click on Talking Points. Give us your opinion.